Today, a Niemann-Pick patient organisation is receiving a phone call from a family. Niemann-Pick Family Association, how can I help?
We're waiting for test results to see if my 5-year-old son has Niemann-Pick disease. But I'd like to know, what is it?
Niemann-Pick, or NP diseases, are a subgroup of over 70 inherited disorders called lysosomal storage diseases. There are 3 Niemann-Pick diseases called NPA, NPB, and NPC. In these diseases, part of our cells called the lysosome goes wrong.
What's a lysosome?
Lysosomes are specialized compartments found inside the cells of our body. Lysosomes are the waste and recycling centers of the cells. They contain enzymes that digest big molecules.
What happens when lysosomes don't work properly?
Waste builds up inside the lysosome, leading to the symptoms. NPA and B are caused by a defect in the enzyme acid sphingomyelinase that breaks down a fatty molecule called sphingomyelin. So sphingomyelin accumulates in both diseases. NPC is caused by defects in 2 proteins called NPC1 and NPC2. NPC2 binds cholesterol and transfers it to NPC1, which helps fatty molecules leave the lysosomes. If either protein is defective, fatty molecules accumulate.
How can you distinguish between the 3 diseases?
NPA and B patients have enlarged livers and spleens. NPA and C patients also develop neurodegeneration. NPC patients have difficulties with swallowing, coordination, speech, and sometimes seizures. The diagnosis is based on symptoms and can be confirmed with a genetic test.
So, these diseases are inherited. Can you tell me more?
Well, we have 2 copies of each of our genes, one from each parent. NP diseases are autosomal recessive. This means that a child will only be affected if they inherit a mutant copy from both parents, which is a 1 in 4 chance. Our genes carry instructions for making proteins in the body. A mutant gene will code for a dysfunctional protein.
And what age do symptoms normally appear?
Symptoms appear in infancy for NPA and typically in the preteen years for NPB. NPC usually appears in childhood, although it can also develop later in life.
What treatments are available?
All of these diseases are managed symptomatically. Seizures can be treated with medication. Physiotherapy and nutritional support can be useful for some patients. A drug called miglustat is approved and slows disease progression in Niemann-Pick type C patients. An enzyme replacement therapy has recently been approved for NPB and has completed clinical trials. I'm really glad you called. Our organization can help you access expert clinical advice, mental health and well-being support, opportunities to connect with other patients, information on the latest research and clinical trials, opportunities to participate in research studies.
I'll get in touch once we receive a diagnosis. Talking to you has already made me feel better. Thank you.
This video was made possible through funding from the Wellcome Trust. Together, we can make a difference.
Please click the link to take part in a short survey and provide your feedback, and to access support organisations.